And we're live and right back in the fire too, featuring Losing Road, facing off against We Are Synergy. They got a big game to live up to after the last one, so let's hope we get just as much action coming into this one, Target.
I don't know if I can handle quite that much action, but I certainly would enjoy it. Excuse
Me too.
I'm still trying to catch my breath after the end of that game.
No worries, you're running both production and commentating today, so I'm not going to hold anything against you here as we do the first few set of bans come out. Thor being taken off the table by Losing Road, whereas We Are Synergy responding with a quick Giannis ban. Meanwhile, Losing Road will retort quickly back with one more Sun Wukong ban, so no Sun Wukong this game it seems. And last but not least, Ao Kuang taken off the table by We Are Synergy here.
But that leaves a lot of stuff on the table, including Serqet. And now, as you just said, since I'm running production, I get to see things just before they happen. Khepri getting picked up pretty much instantaneously by Purdze. I just had to find him on the list, so that's why it took a little bit longer. I'm excited to see Khepri. I enjoy the Scarab Beetle. He's very strong. Don't get me wrong. I think that he's definitely up there in maybe needing a little bit of nerf land, but at the same time, good Khepri play is completely different from average Khepri play, and you can see some amazing pulls, some amazing saves, and that's why he's so powerful up here in Challengers and in the SPL, which makes him so much fun to watch, in my opinion.
Honestly, he reminds me a bit of, not anywhere near each other mechanics-wise, but he reminds me a bit of Serqet in the fact that an average or bad Serqet, they're painful to watch, or uninspiring at best, but a great Khepri or a great Serqet, these are monsters to watch in the field.
Definitely.
Watching, like in Serqet's case, use their mobility on the side of Losing Road, or in Khepri's case, masterfully use his ultimates to just bring people back from the brink of death, or even just find these great engages using his damage reduction, or a quick pull onto somebody out of position, such as a Nuwa, or, even a Sylvanus if they want to, but you don't want that Sylvanus at all.
Yeah, on the other hand, though, in terms of the Serqet versus Khepri, a bad Serqet can lose your team the game. Khepri, at the very least, always has his passive shield, and his three abilities are good, even if not done perfectly. His ultimate is the one that does require some form of perfect timing there, and even then, if your ultimate doesn't save somebody's life, unless you're ulting on people randomly, literally just ulting somebody in the jungle, it's never a true waste. So there is that, at least it has a steroid applied to it as well. It's not just a save. But now this ban I find interesting, if I can find it. Both Fs were banned out, so apparently we do not like the letter F, as both Freya and Fenrir are now off the table. Apparently we're back at Sesame Street now.
Yeah, one way to learn it, ban your gods here. Freya and Fenrir, not a huge fan of either these high DPS picks or the early game Fenrir potential here, as we've seen Fenrir tear games apart in both Challenger Cups across NA and EU in both weeks, so I can understand them when take him off the table, especially if they want to get junglers out of the way. But We Are Synergy have a great response in the form of Batz, and they've got a lot of quick ways to engage on their side, it seems.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that Freya ban was for the bots, because Batz very much relying on, yes, he's got mobility with his teleport to this monkey and his throw, and his leap, and sure, overhand smash gives him a nice slow, but if Freya can pop her pulse and just slow him once or twice, she can build some range up and then run away from Batz here, and that means then that Intedintjej, we're going to come up with a better name for you, I'm sorry, but that's really hard to cast during a game. I think that they wanted the Batz more than they wanted to deal with anything else. So we are going to see the last set of picks for Losing Road coming out right now.
Yeah, they're going to see the Neith and the Bastet locked in for Losing Road here. Bellona making her way all the way to that very, very last pick here, as We Are Synergy currently giving her the hover. Likely to go ahead and lock this one in, as that would match up with what they want. Brings the extra engage power and a actually four threats on the table here for We Are Synergy. One of them being a tanky monstrosity, one of them being a masterful assassin engage tool, and the other one, you've got that ADC from across the skies or a Khepri grab. So they've got four ways to really find a way into these fights. Whereas Losing Road, I don't think they have the disengage they would need to get away from this.
See, I don't like Bellona here. I'm just gonna say it. Because Losing Road, who's their
They have no auto attack gods.
Exactly. They've got
they have no god that really needs to just get that auto attack damage.
Exactly. Serqet, sure, she needs to be able to apply one auto attack to you to apply her kit, but that is something that she can do at the end. Just, okay, bounce through and done after it's over. So as long as Serqet can stick to you, she's fine. Bastet in the solo lane, I think. Let me just check the player names really quickly. On Losing Road, who's playing that Bastet is going to be Hestrix. Losing Road, solo lane, is actually oh, okay.
It's going to be a solo lane Serqet, it seems, then, so
I don't like
we're in
that
for
at all.
a bit of an interesting treat here. It's going to be a question of can he channel his inner Cyclone Spin or not, or is he something on a completely different level here? Because Serqet in the solo lane takes an incredible amount of finesse. I mean, you've got to line up your wave clear perfectly, but then you lose a lot of your escapes. You lose a lot of your escapes. You're going against the Bellona, so you can be denied your pass. Like I said, she's not a super auto tech focused god, but you need that one auto tech to detonate your poisons and get your damage off of your passive here. Especially in this matchup, this is going to be a really rough one for Yunerity here, and I don't know if I really like this solo lane matchup here.
He's gonna take a lot of damage, and Serqet's not built for it. Serqet is built as a jungle god. That said, if you can master the character and master the lane, then you can do whatever you want in Smite. There are 3 or 4 gods that you can't play in solo lane, and none of them are assassins. So, I don't like it, but if you can do it, go for it. It's also possible that Yunerity is listed as solo and Hestrix is going into solo, though I doubt it. We're just have to wait and see.
It's very possible. It's very possible that's that mismatch here, but it's true, like you said, Target. Some of the best solo laners in the world have shown that you can play just about anything as long as you know your limits and you know your enemy's limits too. So it takes quite a bit of knowledge to make it work here. Does Yunerity have that knowledge, or are we completely wrong here? We'll find out soon enough. We'll be right back with Smite. That's fine. We'll be right back with the Challenger Cup, hosted by hi-rez and Tier Monster. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few seconds.
And we are live with Losing Road up against We Are Synergy in your round of 16 match. Since we had some weird picks, we're going to go ahead and actually introduce the teams. We all know that you guys did just watch it, but in case you're joining us, or in case you were confused like I was about where the players were going, particularly on Losing Road, we have Kespainify playing Neith in the dual lane hunter role. Fusion. I'm pretty sure Fusion on the Sylvanus backing her up. Nuwa in the mid lane being played by FaraKrik. Hestrix in the jungle as Bastet, and then finally Yunerity in the solo lane as Serqet.
The one thing I'm interested here is I want to see how the solo lane Serqet's going to work out. In this matchup especially, as you see FabioOnPc, he will be rocking that Bellona. ProfessorOakley also playing the ADC Apollo. Purdze, however, in the jungle as a Batz. Intedintjej also going to be running the mid lane, and it looks like a purple pot here as well on the side of Isis, and DrBubblyBiscuit will be supporting as Khepri.
I forgot to turn sound on.
Yep, should probably fix that soon enough.
Once a tournament, my apologies.
Yeah. I mean, those audio cues are very important for the players, but for us, not necessarily, but, you know, the players may or may not miss out, and no, I am wrong, that is no purple pot glow around Isis.
Yeah, purple pot Isis is a, something that we've seen from time to time. I find it risky, and when you're going up against a new WA, I definitely would err on the side of caution.
It's something that I definitely would push for if you're going to be contesting a lot of early mid camps.
That is true.
It makes that early mid camp fight almost uncontestable for most enemy mid laners, or even jungle compositions there. Especially in this case with the Bastet early. I kind of would like to see it if they want to get scrappy here, but from what it looks like so far, We Are Synergy and Losing Road don't really want to go for those early scraps or those early skirmishes around these camps, so I can't blame them for not going for it. I really can't.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on solo lane for just a few minutes here, as we are actually going to see Fabio getting poked very, very hard. I think this is what Yunerity wanted to go for, was try and poke FabioOnPc out of lane. Fabio taken down to half health and now pushed away from lane. So apparently the way to play Serqet in solo lane is to harass, abuse, and
so much aggression. He could find something here as Yunerity actually on the hunt for this, jumping after Fabio. Fabio gets the slam jam, but he goes right back for the wave towards his tower. A quick death there, and Yunerity finds the kill there, bringing an absolutely monstrous amount of aggression to the solo lane. We're going to see Purdze come in, but he's a little too late for this party here as Yunerity already brought the gift, and he's unwrapping them, it seems.
Indeed, and Yunerity definitely bought that present for himself, feeling very, very good about it. And with that blue buff, you know, providing extra mana and CDR, he can just abuse Fabio now, because he can bounce through the lane, cut off the minions in the backline, and I really like this. He's going, not worrying too much about utilizing that for lane clear, but simply cutting to the backline, doing a little bit of damage to the front line to help his minions do the push, and then he gets damage in the, gets the last hits on the archers, and doesn't worry about it quite as much on those front line minions, and Fabio's in trouble again.
It's kind of like we saw with old Bakasura in the solo lane. You know, he would kind of ignore the wave a lot and just get in there and fight you. If he didn't either push you out or kill you early on, you would have an easy time taking down Bakasura. But since Fabio really isn't able to fight against Yunerity, Yunerity's been able to take it to him with that completely uncontested aggression. He's pretty much got this lane on wrap, and now FabioOnPc likely to die again here. He's caught completely out of position. Yunerity going to take him down there, and FabioOnPc needs to play it completely safe now and maybe get a bit of help just to even survive.
Yeah, my apologies. I did cut over to the mid lane because we were talking about uncontested aggression in solo. We've got a lot of contested aggression over in the left side jungle near the Gold Fury. Hestrix was in the middle of a poke fest with the opposing jungler and mid laner. Not doing a whole lot of damage, not doing anything interesting, but at the same time it looked like they wanted to fight, which is why we were over there keeping an eye on them, so my apologies for dropping the second kill of the game as well. Though, Yunerity, it appears he did use his ultimate, so...
Yeah, I mean,
not surprising.
Especially with that, he hit the fact that he's still level 5. He had level 5 while Fabio was level 3, and now Fabio's still level 4, but he's still got that ultimate advantage, and that's a zone you don't want to be in here. He's almost past this point of no return for Fabio. He's getting zoned away, so he's going to be forcibly losing minions here, but Purdze, knowing what he wants to do here, he's lurking around. Instead, he'll just back up towards his own mid camps instead and leave Yunerity to his own business. Yunerity has now spotted him, so I'm expecting a couple more wards out of Yunerity soon enough to just prevent these ganks, because at this point, he's got to know that Purdze is going to want to try to shut him down in some way. Oh, speaking of shutdown here, Fusion actually picks up the kill there. It looks like losing Road off to a great start here completely as another 1k up at 4 minutes in.
Indeed they are doing very, very well, getting a lot of kills, and, you know, 2 of those are in the solo lane. We are seeing Red Pot Serqet doing wonders, and I really like it, very good job. But at the same time, you know, now we're seeing a kill in the mid lane, and it's kind of a big deal, especially onto the Isis. Isis, you know, will be hitting her mid-game power slump here soon, where, you know, she's maxed out her abilities of the spirit ball, excuse me, and her wind gust, which means that all she has left to max is her protections, which circle of protection is very, very good. Or not circle of protections.
Well, circle protection is very, very good, but
excuse me,
the silence.
Silence.
The silence equally good. It does bring that protection shred. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It does bring the protection shred, as well as the silence and slow, if you can land it consistently, which it's a fairly solid skill shot to land, so no worries there, confirming it.
But it's not a damaging
you're not
ability.
you're not gaining the huge potential you do off of leveling that Wind Gust early on, which is a massive amount of damage in these early fights. It's one of those reasons why we see a lot of Isis build with purple pots at that early start. Wind Gust does so much damage, or the Spirit Ball, which the further you are away and the more on point you are with those sniper shots, the more damage it's going to do, and it's going to absolutely crush through people, and especially being down a death. Oh yeah, speaking of getting crushed here, Fabio.
Half. There's the ultimate as well.
Yeah, Fabio in a struggle here. He'll be forced to use that Eagles Rally away, but Yunerity gonna get aggressive and risky here. He finds the kill, actually. No, Far does get the kill instead, so Yunerity rocking that assist gold. We do see Nuwa picking up her first kill of the game. Now Purdze trying to find his way in, but Unerity's too far gone with that mobility here. Gold Fury also started up here for losing Road, and now we are Synergy looking to make a rotation around to it. Cats, however, going to be wasted as they can't afford to fight this one out with a quick rotation from We Are Synergy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the cats were used there, but maybe they're looking to try and get a gank here. Actually, is that a pull? Oh my goodness.
Fusion absolutely, and just with Far there as well. The damage is absolutely insane here, and losing Road showing no signs of mercy and no signs of stopping here. We Are Synergy getting crushed in almost every field but the dual lane, it seems. Now, even then, this could be a really rough spot for them here, as Neith staying pretty even here against ProfessorOakley and DrBubblyBiscuit, so he's not going to be too unhappy. Also, add to the fact that that's 2 kills on Fusion right there. That is a support in the lead, but, the Crab, Khepri doing a good job here. Purdze getting caught out here, does pop the Fear No Evil. Has the Khepri ultimate on himself, but they're going to try to wait some out with the Neith ultimate. He's too far away, though, so Purdze should survive. No, they're back in range. Tag! and slaughtered here, as we're going to see Kespain get the kill off in the backside of that fight. So, Purdze, unfortunately, is going to fall here. Professor Oakley will sniff out a gold for your attempt, but he simply goes right back down the lane. Losing road, however, going to disengage.
Today I learned Neith is a hard counter to Khepri. You know, beyond the execution gods, Thanatos, etc., Yunerity abusing FabioOnPc in the solo lane once again. But as we can notice, if you look at the towers, tower damage over there, she doesn't have a whole lot of push. Meaning that even though she got the kill, she has the kill advantage and the level advantage. It's still a Serqet in the solo lane. That said, you know, Neith, waiting. You have, as long as somebody can keep an eye on, you know, the player who's been ulted by Khepri, you wait until right after the ultimate's over, and then she just fires away. And it doesn't matter if he's blanked over to his Phoenix, he's still dead.
Yeah, he's still very much dead, especially in the middle of this fight here. We're going to see Circle Protection drop, but it's nothing going to be helped there as Kespain picks up the first kill. Nuwa goes Skyborn just to rain a bit of extra damage there and actually inflate that damage stat just a tiny bit. But now, losing road, they're still baiting this Gold Fury, and somebody deserves an Oscar here, but we are Synergy not quite taking the bait. Spirit Arrow going to miss with a double leap in. We'll see Purdze getting absolutely shredded as Yunerity picks up another kill to add to his collection. He's 4-0-1 right now, and this time, losing road, not baiting anything out. They're going straight for the throat and going for the Gold Fury.
Indeed they are, though they don't have any lifesteal, meaning they need to be very careful with how they do work the aggro on this, and I really...
Oakley.
Oh no, they reset it. Maybe.
Ooh, Oakley. That was huge. They're trying to fight over it still. Oakley in position. They might have just wasted too much time, and now Oakley gonna start it up. They just gave this over to We Are Synergy, and honestly, it's something that quantifies as a major misplay. This is it. They've got to make a huge play fast as We Are Synergy going to secure it. Now Kes going to get caught out by a quick grab from DrBubbly. Yunerity, though, right on the backside. A quick heal from Kespain will do quite a bit for him as Yunerity tossing back DrBubblyBiscuit right there. He goes through his own ultimate, but how much time will it buy? As the Fear No even from Purdze will split the team in two. Losing road have to be careful here as We Are Synergy have the perfect fight. Fabio not quite going to land what he wants, but a snipe from behind from Intended. Going to find its intended target, it seems. And now We Are Synergy, just like that, putting themselves back on the board with one kill, and very much back on the board when it comes to gold.
Yeah, that gold fury was huge. Taking a look at the charts, you know, we were trending upwards close to 3K. Not quite, but close. And now we're back down to just over 1,000 in favor of losing road. Experience also all the way down from 2,700 and the last 2 minutes down to 600. I mean, 600 experience is nothing at this point in the game. This is insane. That's less than 100, or it's just over 100, excuse me, per person. And that's, I mean, in terms of the difference, obviously when you got 10 people, it's less, but in terms of 5 versus 5 in that matchup, this is insane. And
aside from the solo lane,
in the game again.
Yeah, aside from the solo lane, We Are Synergy have been farming quite well across the map there. Some of them have fallen behind when it comes to kills and deaths there, especially in the form of the duo lane, which those kills have come from some great snipes and team play out of losing road right there, but We Are Synergy as a team have been farming quite nicely, and they haven't really been punished too heavily, and with that Gold Fury back on the board, they are more than a threat to losing road right now. If losing road making mistakes here, but Fabio going to get caught out here by losing road. They've got a guaranteed kill. Cats pop, but that's going to be the Eagles rally out. I don't think he's got any way out here, but this could be the big bait. Khepri pulling him in big time there. Fabio just going to barely survive, and the Fear No Evil going to secure that quick escape. There's no ulti vision for the Neith, but a Nuwa doesn't need vision to rain death from above as Fabio going to end up falling in the end after what seemed like a guaranteed escape for him.
I think losing road has figured out the composition to counter a Khepri. You put Nuwa in mid, and you put Neith in duo or solo, and you just do the global thing. You drop the global ultimate from Nuwa, go, okay, and it should be off about now, you think? Yeah, okay, hit it, and then he's dead. Or Neith, same thing. Okay, I see him, fire. And it's crazy, because we're seeing very, I mean, I haven't seen anything like this in the SPL, so you've got to give props to the Challengers Cup teams for thinking outside the box, of saying, look, we want to ban out these gods, we're tired of having to deal with Khepri, so we have to learn how to deal with Khepri, but we obviously don't want to play against, you know, Ao Kuang, I think, was banned by Losing Road, so Losing Road's decided that Ao Kuang is strong enough that they want to ban him out over Khepri, and so they've learned how to deal with the Khepri, and oh, have they dealt with him so far. All of his ultimates, save one, have been useless.
And I mean, one of the nice things with the Challenger Cup is these teams are actually in a fairly solid position to actually innovate here. They're not playing for some mystical seed in the major playoffs or the regionals, which those seed points are very, very huge when it comes to actually getting a good seed for the playoffs, which do determine who goes to Worlds, this SPL split. They're playing over they're playing over getting into groups here for the Challengers Cup, but they've got plenty of weeks to earn those points, make it to first or second place in a tournament or two, and as long as they earn the seed points here, they are golden. They have all the time in the world, though, to just innovate and think of these interesting ideas to deal with these gods here. As you see a flank coming through from Losing Road, but, well, they're not quite going to tag on anybody other than a little bit of damage on the Purdze right there.
Definitely, and I'm loving this gameplay. Losing Road, you know, yes, the slash line 10-1 screams Losing Road is in the lead, but then you look at the gold, you know, differences 31-6 to 30 flat. There's a less than 1,000 gold difference in this game, and the levels are, except for the solo lane, almost dead even. And Isis actually now is in a lot of trouble here. She's going to pop that circle protections early, and she is going to fall to Neith as Neith does hit her. Bit of miscommunication there. I would have liked to have seen either Nuwa ult or Neith ult, not both. And I think Neith is just a better ultimate there, because it was A, already underway, and B, you have somebody in vision, compared to Nuwa ultimate, where it doesn't matter if they're in vision, though her ultimate does apply vision, so Neith could ult as well at the same time if needed. But point being, double ultimate, slight misplay, but they got the kill, which is all that matters.
Yeah, one of those kinks to be worked out, not really even a major flaw at that, so as long as you get the kill, it is always going to be worth there. Fabio, once again, caught slightly out of position here. He can't afford to fight as Hestrix just walks in, takes his XP camp, and walks away. So those back harpies, not even his own jungle is safe, and I feel really bad for Fabio this game, getting absolutely bullied by everybody on Losing Road, it seems.
And the thing is, though, is he's got his boots online, he's working towards a mystical male, though maybe a Nemean or a Midgardian wouldn't be bad here either. He's still a Bellona. Eagle's Rally is always Eagle's Rally. Scourge does not level... The duration of which you cannot basic attack does not increase. You know, all of those things that you think about what makes a Bellona good, it doesn't matter whether she's 5-0-0 or 0-5-0.
I mean, she got the hide right off the bat, too. There you go. You were actually right with that one, especially with how much auto attack damage is being pumped in from Serqet. Yeah. It's the death thing that's been really hurting, but he's going to be soaking up those major cooldowns and autos in these fights, because Neith and Serqet still have to auto sometimes. Bastet, she's not able to instant kill Serqet with this armor anymore, so he's forcing them to auto attack them here and really working on his Scourge as well. So actually, I do really like this Nemean, hide the Nemean line pickup here.
Yeah, and again, as you're talking about, you know, thinking outside the box is okay, I'm a Bellona and I'm behind, what do I do? The answer is you become the second tank. Gold Fury falling relatively quickly over. Yep, Serqet's actually going to ambush right in. I was worried about it for a second. DrBubblyBiscuit in some trouble as well, though. There is the ultimate from Isis. And good pull, though, and Fuzzy Fusion. I keep on calling him Fuzzy Lion. Getting very low, but not going to die just yet.
Yeah, what costs the question here is Fusion going to fall to Professor right there. Meanwhile, the Fear No Evil doing work in this fight, splitting everybody apart as Purdze taking the kill. A root going on the far right there will do what it needs to. Quick stop and a quick grab from Khepri will rip this fight to shreds. The body block coming through from Intended right there. One shot. Hestrix barely going to survive, just outside of Scourge range. But the health bars on We Are Synergy are so low. Kespain and Hestrix have a shot to tear through them, but it's going to be risky. Oh, the Chaos Brutes actually tear Hestrix down while he's not looking in. Well, unfortunately, We Are Synergy will come out slightly ahead on that one, if not even.
I mean, overall with that fight, the numbers for gold say that
a slight trend for Losing Road, yeah.
But experience,
yeah, they got the kill and they got the
was
Gold Fury as well.
Completely in favor of We Are Synergy. Beginning of that fight, right before the Gold Fury, you're sitting at just shy of 2,500 again, because Losing Road's been doing a great job of just pulling ahead again. We Are Synergy winning the team fight, and that is where they need to win this game, is in that 5 versus 5 fight. And it's a complete contest there. And it's almost a no contest even. They have a slightly better team fight, arguably, because they have 2 tanks. There's only 1 tank on Losing Road, that is Sylvanus. Sylvanus doesn't have a whole lot of CC outside of his ultimate. Sure, he's got a root on his first ability on that throw, but that's it. And he's got a pull, which is great too. But again, those are single, maybe double player displacements. That's not that much compared to, you know, Stun Ball can hit 5, you if they all get too close, you know, minimum of
That's
2.
a very rare occurrence. So.
I've seen you do it. So, though not in a Challenger's Cup level, of course. But with that said, you know, again, there's a lot more CC. Great pull right there onto Hestrix. Hestrix is in trouble. Spirit Ball does hit for damage, though it does not actually stun. One of those awkward little things is that while Khepri is pulling you, all that you can do is you're basic attacking him, but you don't get CC'd by anything because his CC takes priority.
Yeah, it's one of those nice little interactions there of abilities, but overall, a quick catch and a quick bit of damage there. Hestrix going to not be able to get as aggressive as he wants to there, so definitely going to put a bit of fear into him, and even if you don't get the kill, it's not always about just securing the kill. Sometimes it really is about sending a message.
Oh, completely. And right now, We Are Synergy is saying, look, we don't care that you're 12 and we're 4. We are close to you in gold, and we are not that far behind in experience either. And where they are behind in experience is all on one person. Their mid laner's behind by about 3/4 of a level. She's had a rough time too, but their solo laner is, you know, behind by 3. Beyond that, their jungler is ahead at level 16 compared to Bastet's 14. And their duo lane is even. I'm not a huge fan of the reinforced Greaves from Khepri, but beyond that, their itemization is great. Warlock Sash hurts a bit, but I understand why she's going for it. She's trying to survive, and they know they need to make it to late game. Yunerity is abusing FabioOnPc once again.
Yeah, FabioOnPc never gonna have a good time, it seems, but he's gotten to the point where he can actually farm up a little bit, finally secure a few minions here and there, and really, he's not suffering as much as he was early on. He's suffering quite a bit, mind you, but he's actually at a playable level here, and he will be able to get a Frostbound Hammer online soon enough, so even though he's not that monstrosity, he needs to be, like, he really wanted Bellona to be in a team fight, he's still going to be a major, major threat, even if he's not killing your carries. He's going to be slowing them to death, and he's just going to be feeding them directly to the wolves known as the rest of We Are Synergy, as Ice is going to be coming out of that mid-game slump in a very, very short amount of items.
Definitely, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. Something to note is that even though there's a 2,000...
Yeah, the flank is good. Hestrix getting caught out here, and Silent does have to leap away, but DrBubblyBiscuit predicts it, blinks right into a pull onto Hestrix, but a 3-man Wrath of Terror will block the engage. We're also going to see a quick kill, as Intended does find his kill right there. His intended target, FabioPC, also picking up a quick kill as well, so putting himself on the board. 1 kill, a bit of extra gold. He's finally going to get that extra gold that he so direly needs. And this tower likely to fall in favor of We Are Synergy here. But losing road, they're nowhere in position to really push against it here. They can put some pressure on this mid lane tower, but is the pressure trade worth it here? That mid lane tower will be really good, but it looks like losing road, they're not going to defend this tier 2 tower, and We Are Synergy really want to push for it here. And they've gotten Apollo, they can shred through this really easily.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going to keep seeing this trade happen. They are shredding through it faster.
This is a risky base race.
This is a base race, and they can't stop losing road from taking that tier 2 either. However, We Are Synergy is probably going to be able to get a hold of this Gold Fury. I'd like to see a new Ultimate Provision here. It is available, so just to see what they're doing. Actually, no,
they know they're doing.
Yep, now they know
they're doing. They got DrBubblyBiscuit too. He's going to be forced to use his grab to get away there. We're not going to see much of a crab battle here, as he will be forced to ultimate himself right there. Now we wait for the ultimate to come on through. Nuwa has been holding that one, and she is ready to fire. Up she goes, and back on down, right into the kill, and the dunk for Far right there. DrBubblyBiscuit gonna fall, forcing the disengage away from the Gold Fury, losing road. Need to keep up the pressure here as FabioOnPc gets his shield up, waiting for the damage to come through. A leap on it, the cats come out, and the call is good here, but FabioOnPc leaping away with the Quick Eagles rally. Meanwhile, on the backside, Kespain picking up a kill on ProfessorOakley right there. Exactly what losing road needs. They're up to 4,000 gold ahead, and they come out on the winning end of this base race. A quick flank later. They are absolutely demolishing We Are Synergy now when it comes to gold, especially once they get this Gold Fury.
So really quickly there, I jumped over after the disengage in the duo lane to see if FabioOnPc was going to fall to Hestrix there. Hestrix got FabioOnPc down to 30 HP. If he had gone for anything other than the Hide of the Nemean Lion and at the beginning of that hammer, he would have died. Because the Nemean Lion gives you the highest protections in the game at 80 physical protections. If he had had any less than that, he would have died because it was all damage over time abilities, and they were, which affected, you know, all of them. And it's just, it was crazy to think that he managed to survive that low.
Yeah, it was an absolute miracle, honestly, and Gotta say, that extra bit of protection from his armor definitely doing wonders there, but at the same time, a tough break for We Are Synergy right there is losing road. Oh, back on the winning road actually here, as they are now quite a pretty penny up on We Are Synergy in both gold and XP, a 4.2k XP difference, but those XP differences are starting to mean less and less soon enough as we see level 20 starting to appear soon enough on losing road.
So it's
They're not here yet though, they still matter, but very soon, as long as We Are Synergy can keep losing road an arm's length away, they can nullify these XP differentials here fairly easily. It's that 5,000 gold difference, that 5.5k gold difference, that's really going to be hurting them a lot, as now we see Yunerity just completely abusing everybody here and really putting those kills to work.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, as we are beginning to group up on Fire Giant.
Ooh, Apollo. Yeah, a rough Wrath of Terror. They're not quite finding anybody here as Fusion doing what he can to start a fight, but he's lost his engage. A pull in on the DrBubblyBiscuit there as they've locked him down. He's going to get absolutely shredded by New Wall right there. The fog going to creep everybody out right there, as now they just turn this right towards the Fire Giant, but this is a ripe picking here for We Are Synergy. Looks like they want to bait this one out as best they can. Kespain trying to win an Oscar right here, but nobody in vision range. They will come to check it on the side of We Are Synergy here. Both teams split though. This could be a risky fight as Kespain caught out alone. Fabio doing what he can. He's got the hammer doing work, and he's just going to do everything in his power. However, they've completely locked him down. A two-man rally going to do quite a bit of work here, but the follow-up not quite there. Isis will detonate, but the suppression not damaging nor healing, and Oakley falling fast. A little bit more damage is far. We'll find the kill. Everybody's caught in a bit of a cluster right there as Hestrix simply leaps in and spreads the bleed. Fabio the next to fall, and now Purdze locked alone. Deadbane's up. Fire Giant is now on the menu, boys, as losing road have taken that fight away perfectly.
So, DrBubblyBiscuit did respawn right before the last teammate died, but because he did die at the beginning of that fight, I would personally call that a soft deicide, as they all died in the same engagement. Fire Giant does fall to losing road, now 19-6 at the 24-minute mark exactly. I love it when they finish it right on the zero, because it's so confident. It feels so nice to say. Just shy of 9,000 experience, probably going to cross out with this tower, and just shy of 8,000 in gold, yep, 9,700 XP and 9,000 gold as well. And we're going to see everybody back, and everybody buys 90% of an item in one shots.
I mean, that's what happens when you win a major team fight like that right into a Fire Giant. Losing road, honestly, I have to say, Kespain, he put on his best acting mask right there, and he really committed to the bait of Fire Giant right there. Losing road also had to commit and check this one out. They might have seen the auto attacks around the ledge, but as soon as they turned around, they walked face first into the engage of losing road right there, and going face first into the damage they can pump out as well. Then they got caught up in a tight corner here, especially around that mid lane entrance, which led to a massive cluster there, and a tight spot once again showing up here. They're actually going to escape quite nicely here, but Purdze needs to play it very safe. Fusion still hunting though, but he's got the backup of Yunerity, so he should be fine.
Yeah, so at first I didn't see the angle that Yunerity was taking in. I was like, is Yunerity just going to push mid, and then
they're trying to... They tried to bait them in here again on the side of losing road, but at this point, I think We Are Synergy have been baited enough to where they're not going to fall for it again.
Yeah, so
I mean, they could, but something like that, probably not.
Yeah. Interesting fact, because we are on a patch now where Deathbringer has been nerfed, it's now 40% instead of 50%. It's still a great item for... Oh, hang on. Where'd she go? Where's Serqet? Where'd you go?
Now they're going for a fight here. They're trying to split this one up, but there's a huge fight in the mid. Phoenix is there. Cat's Call was popped to try to shred this, as well as a Wrath of Terror. Hestrix caught out alone in a death and circle protection here, but he's going to escape the wrath of that circle right there. Meanwhile, ProfessorOakley completely overcommitting here. We'll find the Mez with a Neith ultimate right into the beads. There's ProfessorOakley going to escape what seemed like a dire situation. It seems like We Are Synergy have protected their Phoenix for now, but the Fire Giant going to enable losing road to siege as hard as they can. They got the left Phoenix, so they can just keep up the pressure, keep up the siege, and We Are Synergy going to be in such a tight spot here. I don't know if they can defend against this onslaught here. Well, already back to full health are the members of losing road. They're just one good fight away from the end. We Are Synergy have to play it so safe here, and things can go sour very fast. The stun goes through, catching almost everybody there. Batz beats a little late as Purdze makes his way out on the back of a leap. Meanwhile, Hestrix still split pushing, but We Are Synergy get the disengage. However, they need to protect this Phoenix. They're trying to find a fight here, as it looks like Biscuit doing what he can to keep Yunerity off the Phoenix. They're still holding it, but the stun's doing so much work out of New Wall right there. Fear, Far doing so much. ProfessorOakley doing even more as he takes down Hestrix. finds the mez on the far right there. He's going to be shredding through his health bar with the fog, buying that extra bit of safety net. A quick pull in from DrBubblyBiscuit. They're going to take him down. The stun ball connects barely at the edge. One more shot, one more kill for Fabio right there, as Yunerity needs to get out of here. He's lurking around, and he's simply going to back off as soon as he can, and well, We Are Synergy have defeated the Onslaught here. Their Phoenix is on fumes, but at least it's alive.
I was going to say, before the fight, continued to break out 3 or 4 times, you said, Losing Road has the upper advantage, We Are Synergy has to play this perfectly, and I wanted to ask you, and I'm going to ask you now, have you forgotten last week? I know you were watching, because you messaged me on Twitter during the team fights.
You know what? That's a very good point.
I know you remember the Poppies versus Illusion semifinal matchup, which was insane, where a very similar thing occurred. Apparently, the mid-lane Phoenix has just a little orb of protections around it in Europe, because an almost identical team fight occurred, where, except,
no deicide this time.
Yeah, there was a deicide, and the big thing was, again, that full wipe, but still, 3 players died on Losing Road. We Are Synergy managed to save the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is regenerating relatively quickly, so it's doing alright. And, shy of the fact that a Gold Fury's been taken here, Losing Road's been really put back on their heels to kind of try and recoup and prep again for the next round. They're only ahead by a full item on some characters.
I mean, that is a pretty massive thing in the late game, but We Are Synergy hitting some major power spikes, albeit rather late, but we saw what these power spikes do in the last fight, actually, as they were able to stave off Losing Road perfectly, honestly. That was the only way, like, We Are Synergy could have come out of that at all without that Phoenix dying, was they played it perfectly, and they did. They got the fight from who they needed. ProfessorOakley went aggressive when he knew he could. His mezzes were completely on point, and I have to say, DrBubblyBiscuit has played out of his mind this game at certain points.
He's played out of his mind throughout all of it.
Would it matter?
It's been Losing Road outplaying his outplay, because that's really what his ultimate is. It's an outplay mechanic more than anything else. It's a bait them in right as my teammate's about to die, save them. Oh, look at that, they're back to 60% health. You've got to do it all over again. That said, we're going to see Fire Giant started up here, by Losing Road, and, it's just falling.
There's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, We Are Synergy too late to the party. They don't know what's going on, it seems. They might have had an inkling here, as we'll see Yunerity walk right past that word again, but even then, there wasn't much they could do. Can they make the miracle happen twice in a row is the question here, and, well, I'm not sure it'll happen, but I would love to see miracles happen. I just love these close games, Target. Hopefully, we see this one come through, but the pull, not quite landing here. They still want the fight. DrBubblyBiscuit blinks on in for it. Stun ball, not quite landing, but a quick root on the Kespain. We'll try to lock him down, though. They're keeping the wave disengaged from the tower, and they don't want to let them get anywhere near the Phoenix with those minions. They don't want the Cat's Ball doing anything, but Fusion blinks on it. He finds a 3-man right up there, but Fabio quickly goes in for a well-played Eagles rally. It's not enough, though, as Hestrix shredding these fights up. Fabio going to be the next to die to the bleed right there. Oakley slides in, but it's too late. He can't make the miracle happen again, as intended. Will quickly drop a circle protection and detonate it, forcing them to just keep pushing on, but his team has to disengage here. Purdze waiting, but ProfessorOakley left a little too early. He's airborne, though. He wants to find the sea, simply walks around, though. He's waiting like a piranha, just lurking in the waters. He finds it, he goes in. This might be a bit too aggressive, and you are not Zapman today. It seems it's Farah will pick up the kill, and unfortunately, this should be We Are Synergy getting pushed back to the Titan. All Phoenix is down, Losing Road, all strong here. They come back up, though. Can they make the miracle play at the Titan, though? It's going to be risky. Hestrix still alive, though, at full health. The Yunerity getting bursted down. They're going straight forward, though, as the Cats are called out, wreaking havoc. There will be the Fear No Evil spreading the Titan away, but it's too late. Losing Road have way too much damage and way too much advantage. They'll take the victory at 30 minutes in, and despite the slash line, that game was far, far closer than it seemed.
Indeed it was. And to briefly remark on your You Are Not Zapman, even Zapman dies to
even Zapman
3
dies
clay
when he does
minions
that.
detonating on top of you, because that counts for 4 times the damage on that shining metal. So even everybody dies when that happens.
That's one of those, Hail Mary plays. You try to make something happen, but unfortunately, ProfessorOakley, it just didn't work out right there, and I have to say, it was really, really fun to see We Are Synergy just not giving up and just scrapping till the end. That was one of the things I really liked about Pappy's last week, and I hope to see out of them if they do actually make it deeper into this tournament as well. And I do want to see more of We Are Synergy in later weeks, but Losing Road, I loved their team comp here.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be very interesting to see them going forward. I've really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching both of these teams, and I'm so glad that I'm casting Challengers Cup, or specifically EU, because the European Challengers Cup teams are defying all sorts of conventions. They're picking off-meta picks. They're picking, off-meta builds, and it's crazy. We saw Bastet picking up this Bluestone in the mid portion of her build as on purpose. People hailed pro player, I believe it was Ataraxia, for buying Bluestone at some point in the middle of his build, and he's like, no, it's misclick. And this is an intentional Bluestone pendant purchase here in the jungle, and I love it. Obviously it's going to be going away with the next patch, probably, in terms of the mid-game power strength, but it's so much fun to see what these players are doing. And, I'd love to see all of these be best of threes, but we'd be casting for probably 24 hours. And I don't think either of us have that much later
today. We've got a best of three later today, at least.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying all of these deserve to be best of threes.
Oh, yeah. Either way, a best of one, unfortunately, going to be the way this game has to be determined. So, we'll be right back with more games. Don't forget, this is Smite, hosted by Tier Monster and hi-rez Studios. We'll be right back with more action for you guys. We've got plenty of teams ready to play in today's Challenger Cup. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a bit.